Okay, let's try this again. Now that I've done it once and have much more of an idea of like, okay, this is what I'm getting into with this shit. To clarify, New Game Plus Professional. Uh, because yeah, going into it blind was like not the worst idea, but going into it now, knowing what you kind of need to do is like, okay, I think I know how to deal with stuff. Um, to be fair, most of the change is actually just with boss fights and standard fights outside of survival hell after like actually yeah, literally after chapter 1 I'd say. This is 2 tutorial fights, unless I'm misremembering from like 40 minutes ago. Yeah, like he still dies. Tutorial fights should still basically be everyone gets one shot, as long as you can actually hit them in one go. Because obviously, you know, that if enemies spread out, then obviously when you go to do the special move there, you're not gonna hit all of them and you're not gonna get out of the fight fast. And I suppose with professional, they are going to be more aggressive overall, so it doesn't surprise me that they move out of the way. Either out of the way or in terms of like, you know, you're trying to jump on someone moving into your way faster than they would on beginner. But like as probably was visible there though, everyone's still got one shot. Even though this is professional. And everyone in this next tutorial will also end up being one shot by Mine. I almost tried to walk away again. It's like, no, taxi please, so I can just get instantly into the cutscene. Oh, okay, the guy, okay. That is like an ever so slight difference. When you jump off the person, they also die immediately in beginner. Whereas that guy did not, so whoever you're jumping off of takes a bit less damage, but when you do the actual attack like to other enemies nearby, they still get one shot in that fight at least. Okay, Kanda. Kanda is different. Kind of. I say kind of because the second phase trick still works. It's the first phase that does not. Is this would do over half his HP normally. Okay, so that heat action does not kill him. Good to know. The other one did, but it did get him into a second phase faster. So you know, trade off, I guess. But yeah, because on New Game Plus Beginner, when you do Kanda's fight, you heat action him. You can either do what I just did there, or you can throw him to the ground and use the ground heat action with no Dark Awakening active. Then while he's on the ground and trying to get up, you attack him preferably from behind so you keep getting critical hits. He'll basically end up being in his second phase, like his HP gate for the second phase, by the time he gets back up. And then afterwards, you can either dodge and immediately heat action him when he does his deadly attack, or if that misses, or some other shit, you can just like backhand barrage, use that heat action, it still auto kills him. And yeah, very, very clearly there, you cannot do that for New Game Plus Professional. That's mostly what it's meaning. Like, it's primarily bosses that have the like biggest change. Ikari is actually probably gonna be the worst one. Last Ikari fight even. Furukane, best way I feel like to describe Furukane is it's basically deal with him the same way you would in any percent, but you also have more tools at your disposal in this case, instead of just the bare minimum. Because otherwise, yeah, that's how this fight basically felt like it went, was just the same as any percent. In terms of how long it took to kill everyone, at least. You know what would help is if I'm not going away from the enemies and I'm actually hitting them. Or like going towards them to kill them, like that. Sorry, I should have trusted Kanda there. And also, yeah, if this was New Game Plus Professional, or New Game Plus Beginner, sorry, that heat action would have killed Furukane. Kanda, can you go deal with the other guy? No? Okay, you're gonna make me have to deal with him, fine. I'm glad Furukane came over so I could just deal with both at the same time. I'm just like, goddamn. Case in point of, you know, shit being slower. Plus 16 seconds, because it's like, hey, this is one guy that didn't die, still has 1 HP, and Kanda wants to try to go after the guy that I am trying to kill. But yeah, this is actually the point where like the smaller enemies will start to have a difference. The only thing that has a very noticeable not difference, though this is probably going to depend on how much you set it up. Survival hell, everything is still one shot by Mine. Literally, well, except for Millennium Ret, who is 2-shot, but he's always 2-shot by Mine anyway in Beginner as well. Because your first hit takes out his whole first HP bar, your second hit takes out the second one. And yeah, if that had been New Game Plus Beginner, as long as everyone in that group got hit by the very first, like, jump off of someone and kick attack or whatever, that would have been literally the end of the fight. Also, yeah, don't race this text message. Like, walk to the door so you can get in ASAP, but do not try to walk in the door before Zenba's text message appears. That's a good way to lose time. I am not speaking from experience, though. I'm absolutely speaking from experience. Just like, yeah, oh, okay. Man's gonna text me. Well, shit. Helps if I move to the right menu. So yeah, this tutorial area, for example, if you know how to do it on New Game Plus Beginner, you know how to do it on New Game Plus Professional. There's no difference. Just run up to dude, punch him, hit gong, and then the Master Keeper, just run up to him, punch him, he's dead. But this is bearing in mind that I have all of Mine's possible attack upgrades in this. If you went in with less, then this might end up being more of a challenge. Because I do know if you have 450%, for the tutorial dungeon, everything still gets one shot, if I remember correctly. But you do generally need 2 hits to kill the face keepers in the actual main first dungeon. Yeah, there you go. Case in point. I literally hit him once. He's dead. The best part is I know that this has free time save because of me being stupid last run. That's the only thing that has me looking at that 16 seconds and being like, yeah, okay, whatever, who cares? Also, it would probably help if I have my notes in front of me, but you know, whatever, it's fine. Okay, going back to Zimba, I'm grabbing all of the rewards right now up till level 5. In this case, I'm gonna stick to the usual thing of leave rank 6 until chapter 3. I am still curious to check at some point if getting everything out of the way in chapter 2 is faster. Because if you do the second bro talk in chapter 2, then when you get to chapter 3, at the spot where it's like, oh, I should raise Kanda's reputation, blah blah blah, that doesn't even happen. Like, you basically get a cut of Mine leaving the office, you skip that cutscene, and then you immediately get another cutscene of Mine leaving the office. Being like, oh yeah, I need to go to Tojo headquarters. Which, that, it sounds silly, but that is legit what happens. Whereas if you either have to still collect the rewards from Zimba, or if you've collected the rewards but you didn't talk to Kanda, then you get left outside of the office and you have to walk back in and do one and or both of the things you did not do yet. The other downside though is that if you do the second bro talk in chapter what do you call it? If you do the second bro talk in chapter 2, after it's done, it does leave you on Pink Street, so you do have to taxi back to the office to get to the car. Like in this spot here. Or wait, no, not this spot, the spot after this, because this is go to Survival Hell again. I also keep forgetting the difference between the phone taxi and the map taxi. Map taxi Hell's Arena is the bottom, and on the phone taxi it's the very top, unless you have a story mandatory area. But yeah, actually, I'm also probably going to pay attention to the way the enemies are moving on the minimap, because, yeah, they go a lot further than they do in Beginner. In Beginner, they would have fucked off, like, immediately at the end of that room. And they did not. Okay, those ones fucked off at the end of the room. Which is interesting. Oh. Okay, so it might be one hit based on what attack you use in this case then. Half the time I'm using backhand barrage on them anyway, so that's probably why it's just like, yeah, it's one hit, whatever. I don't need a lefty spawn, but thank you, game. Okay, these guys... Oh, interesting, they didn't follow me here this time. The last professional run, they followed me back practically to, like, the start of this spot. And it's just like, bro, chill. Okay, he managed to actually guard. Interesting. Yeah, he's still a two-shot though, at least with backhand barrage, or probably also the jump off of someone and kick him. Also, what I'm seeing is I lost more than a minute to my fuck up last time. God damn. Because the reason why I'm like, yeah, I already know that this chapter has time save is it's because, when doing survival hell, my stupid ass forgot to hit the gong for the first phase. So I went and walked all the way over to, well, practically all the way over to where the second guy is, only to see that there was a treasure chest there and realize, like, oh, I need to walk my ass all the way the fuck back over. So it's just like, yeah, that was a very instant, like, minute of time loss. That is like, yeah, you can just easily make that back up. Like, on a subsequent run. Yeah, okay, Ikari, yeah, takes less damage from that heat action here. So I am gonna do this. I don't trust this man. Where's shit? I'm actually probably gonna have to use a double on the next phase. Yeah, you can't just go into this without using Dark Awakening anymore. If it's on professional. You do actually have to make use of this. Or make more use of it even. Depending on how you want to look at it. I was hoping to actually get a dodge out of that, but thank you, game. I don't know what the time save there is gonna be, like, overall, like, gold-wise. 45 seconds, okay, yeah. That's about actually what I expected. No, knowing what happened before. Knowing what happened before, both with the fact that it's just like, yeah, my stupid ass, tried to run ahead of the... Tried to go to the wrong spot too early in survival hell. And then as well, going into Ikari, just like, oh, okay, let me just see if standard New Game Plus shit works, and it's like, no. No, it's not. But yeah, you basically get skipped immediately to here if you do all of Kanda's stuff in chapter 2. I don't know why it took that way in the menu. That's why I'm curious on, like, overall if it's actually faster to do that. And these guys... Or, well, no, actually, I think... Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the first enemy group does, for the most part, still die to, like, a single hit. But the subsequent ones do not. You know what also helps? If I actually can, like, aim my hits correctly. You know what? Good enough. Kinda tried. Kinda tried. A for effort. I probably should have left the lower HP guy for him, but the lower HP guy was closer to me than him, so... He probably still would have gone for the other guy, and then I would have just had to walk back in some way, shape, or form. Anyway, same idea with these guys, so just yoink, yoink. Yeah, whoever you jump off of does not auto-die anymore because it's professional difficulty. Which is very interesting because it's just everyone else, yeah, GG. Yoshi also doesn't die to being thrown, which is actually probably the more interesting thing, I think. I am hoping that those Dark Awakening meters get up a lot faster than they are. Because I do actually need those for Ikari. Also, yeah, generally speaking, attacking the mini-bosses like that, we kill them. And it does not now. I would have preferred if that body had not been in the way to stop me. Sir, can you die already? Thank you. Oh, not this guy. Not you either! Okay, sir! Down! Please! Jesus! Thank you, Kanda. Only reason why I'm saying thank you to him is, like, yeah, you held the guy so I didn't have to, like, deal with two guys running around. One of them just was after the mini boss was dead. Okay, so Ikari. Actually, what the fuck is my Dark Awakening at right now? That's my biggest concern. Okay, it is full, so that's fine. Calm your titties. Yeah, you know what? I should probably be triggering that already. At least for a single use. Okay, I need to just make mental note of that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, actually, this feels like it's worse than any percent. Because that should have taken him into a second phase a lot quicker than that. Ooh, I need to fucking heal. Yeah, Ikari fucking hits way harder. Holy shit. Tw 24 minutes practically on the dot. What? How do I keep doing this fucking bullshit of just here, this exact minute and maybe like a few milliseconds? But yeah, no, okay. So, I guess, long story short, most of the stuff with New Game Plus Professional is that bosses hit harder, by which I mostly mean Ikari. And
あんたなんでお前人の話聞かねえな
you do less damage, so I would presume that they have more HP.
家族だからって言ってんだろたく
Which means for what you would normally do for bosses in particular on
幸い
New Game Plus, you can't directly carry that over to
そして俺
professional.
は浴びてしまった強いあまりに強い光を堂島大吾という
I'm just looking at that 24, I'm like, God fucking damn it. Actually, I guess it works out though, because I know I had a PB in New Game Plus beginner that was 21 minutes. So it's basically like, okay, so it's like 3 minutes and something slower.
いい名前じゃないかありがとうございます
Also, yes, I need to do the obligatory use Mini's title card since PB run.
それにしてもよくあの神田が独立を認めてくれたな
But I guess it's something interesting to
神田の兄貴
try.
も思うとこがあったようでただ
Is
ま
it
ああの人のことです今後も
like it's
私を
not as straightforward
恩を
as
するつもり
standard
でしょ
New
うね
Game Plus is, but you still, you know, you don't have to do
ほどほどにやってくれ。
half the shit that you have to do in
はい
80% as well. So
ただ
it feels like a
本当によろしいのでしょうか。
weird middle ground between the
何が
two.
だ私がいきなり直
I
系
don't
組長
know
な
how
どと
else to put it.
新参者には早すぎる話ではそれを言ったら俺はどうなる失礼しました
But
これまでのお前の貢献を鑑みれば別におかしくはないぞ
yeah, that does also make me wonder how any percent professional would be for this. But I'm straight up probably never fucking touching that. So
それは
someone else will have to
申し
figure
訳あ
that
り
one
ませ
out
ん
at a later point.
今後は改めますそれよりもお前はいいのか
I will take just doing New Game Plus in professional difficulty. Any percent I'll leave it for people who are much better at this shit than
そう
I
です
am.
ねですがもう決めたんですようやく見つけることができたんです
Here, I'll just cut it off when it's Daigo nodding. Or like immediately after he nods. There you go. Done.